Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Carolinas Crime Analysis Association 2025 Annual Conference Preview. My name is Caleb Myers, and I am the VP of Training. On call with me is the rest of the board members. I'll let them introduce themselves. Amanda.
Hey everyone, my name is Amanda Bruner and I am the president of the Carolinas Crime Analysis Association.
Cassie.
Hi everyone, I am the VP of Membership.
Damien.
Hello, I'm Damien Williams, VP of Communications.
And Kimberly.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Cummings, Vice President of Finance.
That's awesome. Welcome, everyone. So today we want to give you guys a preview of our conference that's coming up at the end of March. I will let Amanda take it over and kind of give you the details of the conference. Amanda?
Thanks so much, Caleb. So yes, we do have our annual conference coming up next month in March. The dates of the conference are March 25th through 28th, and we are going to be on the beach in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, just outside of Wilmington. So we have reserved some space at the Shell Island Resort, so we're super excited about it. Similar to kind of past conferences, we have a mixture of masterclasses, a traditional session, as well as a variety of different activities throughout the week.
That's awesome. On the beach, this is going to be a great time. So you say you have some master classes. Damien, could you talk a little bit about these master classes?
Yeah, absolutely. So starting on Tuesday, March 25th, in the morning, we have Christopher Bruce is coming in, and he's going to talk about understanding relational data with Microsoft Access. If you have never heard Chris talk, he is excellent. He's former ICA president, been in our profession for at least 20 years now, so he has a ton of knowledge on various topics. Every time I see him at a conference, I love to pick his brain on different things, but he is an expert on Microsoft Access. He even wrote a book about 10, 15 years ago. It was called Better Policing with Microsoft Office. So you can bet that if you attend this master class, you're going to come away with a good understanding of Microsoft Access and how to use that in crime analysis and intelligence analysis. Also on Tuesday, we have another master class, paginated reports in Microsoft Access and Power BI. It's Charlie Brody. He's going to be discussing that. He has extensive knowledge on Power BI as well as Microsoft Access. Charlie has been a presenter at our conferences for the past couple of years as well. So if you attended a CCAA conference, you know how his presentations go, very in depth. And so you can get a ton of knowledge on Power BI and Microsoft Access and how to basically create reports and PDFs within that. On Friday, March 28th, so on the tail end of the conference, we have Mike Winslow, and he's going to be discussing CDR analysis. So your your call detail records. If you're an analyst that deals a lot with search warrants, and you get the call detail records back, and you use different software to map the call locations or look at the cell phone data. Mike is excellent on this topic. We've had Mike before at our conferences. And so if you've attended a conference before or at another conference, you know how good Mike is as far as presenting on this topic. So that will be Friday morning. So stick around for that for a couple hours and get some great knowledge on CDRs.
That's awesome. So it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for hands-on. Let me ask you a question. Do analysts need to bring their own computer or?
Yes, that would be a good idea, especially for some of these the master classes, as well as for the general sessions that we have. So we basically have two tracks. We have a general track and a technology track for a presentation. So probably be a good idea to bring a laptop if you want to dig in on some of these topics and the different presentations that we have.
That's awesome. So I know all three of those individuals, and it sounds like you guys got a lot of knowledge coming to the conference. Could you just discuss some of the general sessions that will be coming up in the conference?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a variety of different sessions. Again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have kind of two tracks going on at the same time. So attendees can kind of pick between two topics that kind of meet their interests or meet their needs, depending on their types of jobs they do at their particular agency. Some of the presentations we have in the general sessions, we have a real-time crime center overview from the Wilmington Police Department. We have the UCAC, which is the upstate crime analysis at USC Upstate. Michelle Covington is going to be talking about that. We have NIBIN, so a NIBIN presentation from CMPD. They do a lot of gun traces and gun intelligence at Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. We also have Cassie Lehman, who's on this call. She's going to be doing public speaking for crime analysis, so that should be an excellent topic as well. On the technology side, we have various presentations. We have one dealing with Sean's going to come and speak. He's going to talk about creating intelligence products. We have a ShotSpotter presentation from Columbia, South Carolina Police Department. That should be great. We have ComStat for Power BI, RGS Pro, some tools on that. We have Next Hit Prediction with Andrew Reese and a Chat GPT presentation. So a lot of variety of topics and presentations to choose from.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of stuff. It seems like analysts coming to this conference can kind of get a little bit of everything if they want, right?
Absolutely. It should be a good variety. And again, there's going to be, we'll have some vendor presentations as well. So if you're interested in a particular vendor that's going to be attending, and we can talk about that in a little bit, we'll have some vendor presentations mixed in as well. So it should be a good time.
Perfect. So let me ask Amanda this. Amanda, do you mind introduce who's going to be our keynote speaker, and then also what's our main discussion on Thursday, the second day?
Absolutely. So on Wednesday, our opening keynote is going to be Jason Elder from Law Enforcement Analysis Podcast, and he's going to be talking about the confessions of a law enforcement analyst. Obviously, Jason has a great perspective talking with analysts from all around the world as part of his podcast, and so we're really excited for him to share some of those insights about the field, what analysts are working on, and so forth. And then on Thursday, we have a really special session called Commanding Insights, Leadership Perspectives on Integrating Crime Analysis in Law Enforcement. And this is going to be a panel discussion with a couple different commanders from 3 different agencies, and they're going to talk about how they have worked to institutionalize crime analysis within their agencies, what crime analysis looks like, and just really incorporating that leadership perspective into our training material. The idea here is that we're always talking about how do analysts generate buy-in and how is it integrated into your specific agency. So we're looking for some insights from them with some success stories from what they've been able to work on.
That's awesome. So you'll have 3, you said, commanders or supervisors of crime analysts?
Yes, that is correct. So we're going to have a civilian commander and then 2 sworn commanders. Each of them is from a different agency, so representing 3 different agencies in total. And then we're going to have a moderator who's going to kind of help go through some of the questions and keep the content on track.
Wow, that sounds pretty amazing. Let me switch speeds here. We might come back to the speakers and come back to some of the sessions, but let me talk with Cassie here about where are we having this at? Where is this going to be at?
So it's all going to be back at Wrightsville Beach, literally beachfront. Every room has a view of the beach, and even some of our networking events will be held at that resort, Shell Island, that Amanda talked about earlier.
So you're saying every room, no matter what room I get, whether it's the first floor, the top floor, next to the coat closet, next to the stairwell, is going to have a view?
Yes, that's the way Shell Island is set up. Every single room has a view of the beach.
Wow, that seems worth it right there. So could you talk about some of the activities and some of the social events we'll be doing while we're there?
Yeah, of course. So the first night, everyone's going to be traveling in. So we have set the networking event to be at the resort itself in the Shell Island restaurant. It'll be at like classic networking cocktail type hour. There'll be drinks. We'll be in the restaurant, which also opens up to the back patio, right where you can see the beach. So it'll be a good talking, hangout time, get to know everybody as we get geared up through the conference for the 2 traditional track days. Then Wednesday night will be right after class. You'll come down and you'll be shuttled either by trolley or bus to Front Street in Wilmington to aboard a river cruise that is just for us. On board, there'll be drinks as well as some awesome appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. And it'll just be a good time. And then once the cruise is done, we will be all shuttled back to the resort. And then finally, the last night, we'll be back at Shell Island Resort for some beach games. And while alcohol is not allowed on the beach, there'll still be some drinks provided inside. And then outside, we'll have several different games set up. We'll have some beach volleyball, some can jam, some various things for us to get out our competitive nature.
Oh, that sounds like it's going to be real fun. So you say that we can't bring alcohol on the beach. Is the venue real close to where we're going to be setting up?
Yes, it's literally right attached. So you can have it on their patio area and inside the resort itself. But as soon as like you enter, actually like step your toes into the sand, you'll need to leave your drinks on the patio or in the resort.
That's awesome. So let me just sum that up. So you said a social hour, a boat ride, and some beach games. Is that right?
Yep, and we'll be aboard the Henrietta. So if anybody wants to look up that boat, and we'll be cruising down the Cape Fear River.
Oh, okay. So let me bring in Kimberly on this and get to what everybody kind of really wants to talk about. Kimberly, are there going to be any meals provided at these social events or any snacks? I know she was talking about some drinks. Are those provided? Or?
Yes, we will be providing a selection of meals throughout the conference. So each morning you can enjoy a light breakfast on us. We'll have muffins on Tuesday, bagels on Wednesday, wake and bake donuts on Thursday, and warm cinnamon rolls on Friday. And for those who prefer something different, the resort's restaurant will be open on select mornings, offering breakfast for purchase. But then lunch will be provided on Wednesday and Thursday with our favorite choices, Chick-fil-A and Chipotle. And then, of course, don't miss out on the Sunset Boat Cruise, where we'll be serving tasty appetizers and snacks. And then we will be given drink tickets for the drinks we provide on that, as well as drink tickets for the beach games.
Okay, so you're saying that on Wednesday and Thursday, the main days for the conference, there will be a light breakfast as well as lunch?
That's correct. We'll provide both of those.
Oh, nice. And you're saying there's a restaurant on site?
There is a restaurant on site. It may not be open every day. They're not clear on that yet, but it will be open some of the days, and you can purchase your own breakfast from them if you'd like.
Oh, nice. And I believe, if I remember correctly, right, the restaurant is right next to where we'll be in the conference, correct? Like right at the end of the hallway?
That's correct.
Okay.
And we will provide coffee every morning. So you can get your coffee before class.
That's one thing that we kind of missed last year, but I guess the hotel provided it for us last year, right?
They did, and this year the hotel does not provide that, but we will offer that for our conference attendees.
Perfect. Could you do you mind going over some of the hotel room details as well as some of the cost for this?
So the hotel accommodations are provided by Shell Island Resort, where we are hosting our conference. And as Cassie said, all rooms at Shell Island are oceanfront suites. You can reserve those by calling 910-256-8696. The base rate is $149, but then after resort fees and taxes, it comes to right at $195 a night. And when you do call to book, be sure to mention our group name, which is 2025 CCAA TC. So that's Carolina Crime Analysts Association Training Conference when reserving. And our current hotel block is good through February 26th. We've asked to extend that, but that hasn't been approved yet. So right now it's good through February 26th. And then there is a credit card authorization form required, and we have that on our website. If you go under the 2025 conference tab, there's a link at the bottom of the hotel information where we've provided that, and you can go and fill that out and then send that into Meredith at Shell Island.
Okay, so it sounds like, a reasonable priced conference. We got hotel reservations. They all face the ocean. So you'll have a view no matter what. You're right there on site. Everything's on site. If we take you off site, we're going to shuttle you. Sounds like a pretty squared away conference. Let me switch gears. Let me go over to Damien here and let him talk a little bit about the Analyst of the Year award.
Yeah, so Caleb, as we done last year, we want to recognize the CCAA Analyst of the Year award at our conference. And so we had several great nominations this year for Analyst of the Year. And we opened that up for voting recently. And we do have someone we want to honor at the conference. So we'll be making that announcement there. So definitely you'll want to attend to see who the Analyst of the Year is. I think everybody will be happy with that. Also, just to mention, as Cassie touched on the location of the conference, as again, reminder, it's on the beach. So I'm a huge fan of the beach. So I'm excited about that. But the actual resort is only about 1.5 miles to 2 miles from the main Wrightsville Beach business area. So you're close enough as well if you want to go do some shopping, some sightseeing, get a bite to eat. It's not far away as well to get to some of the main locations on Wrightsville Beach.
That's awesome. So we were doing that Analyst of the Year award. Do we know who did it go to last year?
Oh, yep, Caleb. That was Josie Blanc. She was at Salisbury PD, Salisbury, North Carolina Police Department.
That's awesome. And offhand, do you know how many we had nominated this year, or roughly?
I think we had five or six great nominations from all across the Carolinas.
That's awesome. That's a great thing. I know we get quite a few recommendations, and that seems to be growing and seems to be kind of popular here in the Carolinas. So I think we'll see that going forward year after year. All right, so let me switch gears. Let me switch back over to Amanda. She's going to wrap us up here to finish off some of the details.
Yeah, thanks, Caleb. So if you are local to the Wrightsville Beach or Wilmington area and you are just driving in for the sessions and then returning home each evening, parking is complimentary. So there is no charge for parking unless you are spending the night. So that's a really great benefit for some of those analysts that are relatively close to the location. If you are traveling from out of state or have quite a ways to journey into Wrightsville Beach, our recommendation is to fly into the Wilmington International Airport. That abbreviation is going to be ILM, and that's the closest airport to the resort. Following the conference, we will be providing training certificates to all attendees so that they have a record of their attendance. We will be sending those out via email following the event. And then in addition, we are also hosting a student poster session. So we did this last year and we're going to bring it back again because it was so well received. And so we've got a couple different students that have registered. We're hoping for a few more. And essentially it gives an opportunity for those students to have a poster and during one of our afternoon snack breaks for analysts to be able to engage with these students and understand some of their research and what they're working on in school. It's a really great networking opportunity for students, especially those about to enter the workforce, to be able to network with analysts, learn about job opportunities and so forth. So if you are interested in participating in that student poster session, our website does have some more information on that. So if you go to carolinascrimeanalysis.org, and again on that 2025 conference page, there is a QR code where you can register for the student poster session specifically if you're interested in that as a student. And then to kind of close this out, I just want to have a shout out to our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to put this conference on without them. So we have Multitude Insights, SmartForce, Peregrine, i2, Chorus Intel, Thomson Reuters, Corona Solutions, and Penlink, as well as Motorola Solutions, all participating in this year's event. So we will have a vendor hall where each of those sponsors will have a booth that's going to be adjacent to the training area. In addition, we're going to have a raffle in there and some cool announcements about some partnerships with some of these sponsors that we'll have a little bit more information to share at the conference. But again, really just a great shout out to them for helping make all of this event happen.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing, like a great conference. So in wrapping this up, could you just point attendees, like if all of our members or people outside that want to go and find more information about this, where can they locate more information?
Absolutely. So, as I mentioned, our website is carolinascrimeanalysis.org. There is a 2025 conference page that has all of this information. That's where you can register. It's got kind of all of the details that we've talked about today written out with some different links and so forth for more information. Our full agenda is posted on the website as well. And then we also encourage everyone listening to make sure to follow us on LinkedIn. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and so forth, but we have quite a bit of traction on LinkedIn, and we share pretty regular updates through that.
That's awesome. This sounds like an amazing conference. We hope to see everyone there. Like I said, you can find our information on the website. If you want to reach out to us directly, we have our numbers as well as our email addresses on there. Please don't hesitate to send an email or something to get a hold of one of us so we can get back to you with the right and correct information. Like she said, we're all over social media. Make sure to check us out there, especially on LinkedIn. As of that, do we have anything else from the board members?
No, I think we're all good. Thanks, Caleb, for hosting.
Perfect. Everyone have a great day and great rest of your evening, and we hope to see you at Wrightsville Beach in 2025.